At this point in the workshop, participants used the tools learnt during the workshop to address a stated problem and develop recommendations. The recommendations were tailored to the particular circumstances and requirements of a chosen country within the CARIFORUM region.
This is Group 1's presentation. So out of those issues, we've highlighted two main issues to look at. One is the attracting of new and diversified areas of business, which we think is most important, and improving the quality and productivity of the human capital. We've analyzed we've looked at the analysis according to these main areas: purpose and target, scope, components, constraints, and governance of the policy. So the two policies we have developed to address those two issues just highlighted. One is to diversify the tourism product, the objectives of the policy are to diversify the tourism product with the expectation of expanding into new service areas, thereby attracting a new value-added demographic of tourists. And secondly, we want to develop a strategy to improve the domestic human capital infrastructure for increased productivity, product upgrading, and innovation in the tourism sector, and also to further liberalize the labor market in that sector to promote greater competition. Some of the constraints which will impede us from achieving those objectives is obviously the limited fiscal space of the government, high dependence on tax revenue, and the sector is highly dependent on the availability of trainable labor. So the first policy option developed was the development of an innovation in tourism think tank, which will conduct continuous R&D to generate the evidence required to inform which areas of tourism the country will diversify into. And this think tank will delve into areas such as the adoption and adaptation of global standards, and it will also analyze the absorptive capacity of the hotels. And the absorptive capacity can be promoted through the implementation of a productivity improvement tax credit, which focuses on the adoption of technology, organizational engineering, and the proximity to multinational corporations to facilitate transfer of knowledge and benchmarking practices at a rapid scenes. And then we want to identify R&D to influence the focus of a new human resource development strategy for Barbados. Again, the inhibiting factors which will perhaps impact on the success of that policy is the absence of a coordinating mechanism and governance structure at the macro level, no mechanism for collecting and analyzing performance indicators. There's no monitoring and evaluation mechanism, and there's a long gestation before policy is implemented. This is just a summary of the areas and how we plan to rectify them through policy. Thank you.